Hey guys, welcome back to our daily devotional, and today is day 3 of feeling like a failure. Now, that didn't sound right when I said it. We're looking at how to look at things when we feel like a failure. Not that we are failures, but today's devotional, I think I ruined that. I can't stop laughing. Today's devotional thought is that it is not wasted. Now, Joe, what do you mean when you say it is not wasted? What I'm talking about is, have you ever poured your heart into something and wondered what the point of it was? Maybe you worked on a hard relationship and it still broke. Maybe you gave all in a ministry and nobody noticed, or you didn't get that ministry. Or maybe you've been praying for years and nothing seems to change. You know, maybe, I don't know, just off the top of my head, you forgo all your hobbies. You have no more friends left because they've all returned to heaven, hopefully. But you have no friends. Nobody really seems to check up on you, especially those who you thought were friends of yours, so you do feel a little bit lonely. You poured your entire heart into ministries that were complete failures. You went down a path that you thought God was lining you up for, and that didn't work out. And also the fact that you are all right on top of each other and you can't record a video without hearing some sort of a noise from a child or a dog upstairs. And you were hoping to maybe get a little bit bigger home so that you had just a little bit of an area where it could be quiet so you could record videos, and even that fell through. Just off the top of my head, I don't know if that's happened to anybody. That's just something that I thought of. But maybe you're pouring your heart into something and it's just not working out and you're just not hearing from God, and you wonder what is the point. Today's verse, daily devotional verse, comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58, and it says, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord." So what do I mean by that? This verse, Paul is telling the believers that are reading this that we need to be steadfast and unmovable, firm in our faith, and we are not to waver. That we are to be unmovable, and we are not to be shaken or distracted by trials, temptations, or false teachings. We need to stand strong, even when life is hard and confusing. Things just aren't going our way. We are always abounding in the work of the Lord. Keep serving God enthusiastically and continually. When this verse is talking about being abounding, it means doing more than just the minimum. Be overflowing in doing God's work. Whether you're working at your job, or you're raising your kids, or you're serving in some sort of ministry, don't just do the bare minimum, but be overflowing with passion in what you do, going above and beyond in what you do. And if my boss is watching this, forget everything I just said. But God sees every act of faithfulness that we have. Your work to Him matters, even when it seems small or unnoticed or trying. Nothing done for Christ is ever wasted. Even if we're not rewarded in this time, we are rewarded eternally from God. Never ever forget that. Because of the resurrection and the promise of victory through Christ, today, Christians should remain strong and faithful and active in serving God, knowing that our efforts are meaningful and they will be rewarded. If not here, like I said, in eternity, they will be rewarded. So how do we apply this verse to our life today? Well, are you growing tired in serving the Lord? Now, don't have to answer that out loud because people are going to give you a little bit of cross-eyed look if you say yes, but I understand how exhausting that it can be. You know, when I've gotten up at 2 a.m. and, I've put my lesson together and I go to church on a Wednesday night, and I have a classroom of unruly children who are just going crazy, going bonkers. I get it can be overwhelming. It's tiring. And I would not give up that ministry for anything because I love those kids so much. And they're getting to the age where they're going to start moving out, and I know it's going to break my heart because I do love those kids. Those kids are fantastic. But I know how tiring it can be, and I know how exhausting it can be. This verse reminds us to keep going, that whatever we do is not in vain. Stand firm in your faith. Don't let the world pull you away from your service to God. Give God your best efforts. Give God everything you got. Leave it all out on the field, as coaches would say, and my boss probably wants me to do. But leave it all out on the field. Have nothing left when God calls you home because you gave all your efforts here. Your efforts are not wasted. Trust me. And I tell that to everybody. And I tell that to people at my church who, unfortunately, some wonderful, wonderful people are getting to the ages where it's so hard for them to serve. And they can only do so little. Their efforts are not wasted. Just because, they can't do what they once did does not mean that we're not appreciative of everything that they've done. And the same for you. Even if your ministry is small, your service to God is small, your effort is small. Maybe you're like me and you just change trash cans once a week, or you pop in at the church once a week just to make sure it's ready to go on Sunday, or whatever the case is. You're doing these small things that maybe go unnoticed, but God notices everything. And even if you're not rewarded here, or you're not getting that thanks here, you're going to get it in heaven. Trust me. But I hope that works for you. If my boss sees this, just know I leave it all out on the field, boss. Hope you guys have a blessed day.